Hey guys, it's double wide 6 here, and I'm going to show you how to clean out your Aquabot. I got the Bravo Fury, and it has the foam pads on it, and they work great. They're like suction cups on the vinyl, and they just pick up debris and it sucks it right into the bag. You'll notice I have them on a float pad upside down. If you don't have a float pad, you can put them on the grass, or you can put them on a towel. That way he won't get scraped up. So there's just a clip there, and there's a clip on the other side. So you just unclip those, and in here is your bag. Alright, and this is like your filter. And what we're going to do is we're just going to remove the filter, and you can see it has a bunch of sand in there. We get a lot of sand from our concrete. And we're just going to take this bag and we're going to pop it off of here. You can kind of get an idea of what's in there. I don't know how good the lighting is, but it has everything from spiders and bugs and leaves and a fair amount of sand. So I'm just unhooking the bag, and the first thing that I like to do is take the plastic part, and this is just a 5-gallon bucket of water, and what that'll do is knock the sand off of that. And then we'll flip it over, get the other side. So give that a couple dunks. So that's done. And here's our bag. I'll give you an idea of what was in the pool. My pool looked pretty clean today before I did the 3-hour cycle. And then you just take that bag and put it in the bucket and basically knock all the debris off of it. If your water turns real green, that means you have algae, so you'd want to shock your pool, but I don't have any algae. So you just clean it like that, and you know, there's probably other ways to do it, but that's the way I like to do it. And I'll usually fill up the bucket with water 3 times or so and just get all the dirt out. You also can wash this thing in your clothes dryer and washer if you want. It's a 2-micron filter bag, and they do sell replacement bags, which are pretty nice. And then I just take that dirty water and dump it out. Here's just a look at the sediment. I dumped you know, most of the water out of the bucket, and you can just see all the dirt that it got out of the pool. And my pool was barely even dirty, so you know, you can see all the bugs and the sand it got. Alright, so when you're done using your robot and you empty the bag, next thing you want to do is wind up the cord. You don't just want to wrap it around your elbow and your shoulder like you'd wind up an extension cord, because what that'll do is it'll put twists in the wire and then the thing will knot, and you don't want that to happen. So you want to roll it up like a hose, big circles on the ground, try and keep it as straight as possible. You'll also notice that I use a wire, and I just keep that wire with it to tie it. And I put a little loop in it. I can just hang it on my fence post when I'm using it, or when the thing's in the pool, and then I just loop it around and tie up the wire like that. Once you're done, what I like to do is rinse it off. They recommend that you spray it off with a hose to try and protect the plastic. I usually just give it a bath in regular water. So out in my garage I have a sink like this, and I just put it in that utility sink upside down. So I have that filled with water, and I'm going to throw it in there. You know, if you spend $1,000 on one of these robots, you want to take care of it. The plastic they give you is very good and strong. I haven't had any issues with it breaking, but I've always taken the time to clean it off and get that chlorine water off of it. And you also want to store it inside. Don't leave it out in the sunlight, and don't leave it out in the pool, because it won't hold up. So now I'm just going to put this thing in the sink, and then I'll show you the storage rack that I use to store my bot. So here he is in the sink, and I usually just let him sit in clear water for 10 minutes, okay? If you don't do this every time, that's fine, okay? But I would recommend doing it at the end of the year for sure. Make sure you do that at the end of the year. You know how it is when you store your solar cover. If you don't rinse that thing off, it's going to deteriorate and fall apart. So take the time to rinse it out, and usually at the end of the season I wash the filter bag that's inside. So here's a look at my storage system. It's basically one shelf up here for the power supply. I have a hook there that can hold the wire if I want to, but I've been hanging a garden hose there just for the heck of it. And down here I have belt storage. It came with 2 extra belts. So there's that stuff. Kind of looks like that. And up top I have a towel. And what I do is I put my robot on the top shelf upside down. That way the sponge rollers can air dry, and also they don't get flattened out from the pressure or weight of the Aquabot. I think the thing probably weighs close to 15-20 pounds, but it weighs a lot more when it's wet. So here's a look at the storage system. As you can see, I got my bot up there, upside down. I usually put the cord on top, transformer down below, and that hose has nothing to do with it, it's just hung there. So that's it in a nutshell. Hopefully you like my video. I'm double wide 6. Please subscribe.